Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing tonight? Thank you so much for staying with us right here on TV47. Of course, the show is this Friday with me, Betty Kialo. Now, we have a great show lined up for you to make sure that your week ends on a serious high. Of course, we have the favorites, Willis the Word Master, who's going to be joining us from Kisii County, talking to us about those difficult pronunciations. He's already on standby, just waiting for which is going to be coming up later up on the show. But also tonight, we have a favorite. I've seen the reactions, the feedback online since I posted that he's coming on the show. I'm talking about the one and only Embakasi East Member of Parliament, Babu Owino. Sijui ni sababu, di kwa babu, ama babu, sababu. Actually, you know what? Let me introduce him right now. He's already here. Very much on time. Asante Babu. Karibu. Leo umepiga look ya Friday. There you go. The one and only Paul Ongili. How are you?
I'm fine.
My brother.
How are you doing?
We just inakonga tricky sometimes. Aya, salimia wa Kenya.
Asanteni sana Kenyans. I'm Babu Owino, Member of Parliament in Embakasi East constituency and one of your favorite son, your favorite brother.
Hapo sasa umesema maneno mingi. Nani alikwambia ni favorite?
I know I am.
All right, so we'll be talking about so much more. Nilisikia ulisema ati vijana pale uliwaambia waende akule kidogo pale Parliament, alafu akamaliza kila kitu.
Unajua niliwaachia mpaka pilipili hapo. Pia wengine walipata lakini wengine hawakupata. But they made us proud.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm so happy to have you in studio. Finally, we've been arranging for this interview for I think 2 months now. Yeah. So hayawi fire nini? Hua.
Yeah.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a perfect show. So enda pale usikie nikisoma news. Uone ni nini watu wanasema, Wakenya wanasema. All right. So like I mentioned, it's going to be a great show tonight. Let's begin with the highlights. Ministry of Health announces the second confirmed case of Mpox involving a male truck driver at the Malaba one-stop border posts.
Unfortunately, last evening, we confirmed a new case of Mpox in Kenya.
Fear and panic at an all-time high as 2 suspected cases of Mpox reported in Kakamega.
Vipimo ndio vinaendelea na majibu bado hatujapata. Kwa hivyo hatuwezi kusema kwamba ugonjwa uko nasi.
Legal opinion divided on whether Kawira Mwangaza should consider serving as Meru governor.
Article 182 provides that upon successful impeachment of a governor, the governor loses that office.
It is business as usual for the county chief as a section of MPs say they don't recognize her. More nut and Kupet branches across the country ask their members not to resume work come Monday with a stern warning for those who will defy the call.
That on Monday we are withdrawing our labor due to the industrial action that commences on 26th August 2024.
All right, let's begin our coverage tonight. And the Ministry of Health has confirmed a second case of Mpox from a truck driver at Malaba border post. And as our reporter Elizabeth Atieno now reports, the Africa Center for Disease Control has actually issued an alarm to health ministries across Africa to make sure that negative test results are actually not an indication that there is no Mpox epidemic. Take a look.
Thursday evening, the Ministry of Health received news of a second laboratory-confirmed Mpox case from an adult male truck driver at the Malaba one-stop border post, Busia County, with salient symptoms of the disease.
So I want to tell Kenyans that we have a new case that has been confirmed for Mpox through the border of Malaba.
The patient has a history of travel to the epicenter of the outbreak in DRC and has now been isolated under active management in one of the health facilities in Busia County.
Do not confuse Mpox with COVID. Hii si ile maneno ya kuvaa masks. Mpox, unapatwa na Mpox ukigusana na mtu. Na inakupata ukiwa na rashes.
The first Mpox case was confirmed in July this year at the Taita Taveta 1 stop border point. The Ministry of Health then announced that the patient fully recovered on the 6th of August, and now 28 contacts of the said case have been completed. A 21-day follow-up period was conducted, but the patients did not develop symptoms and have since been discharged from active follow-up.
We will continue isolating any case that we have confirmed.
The Health Ministry further says that a total of 42 samples have been submitted to various laboratories for Mpox disease testing, out of which 40 have tested negative.
We have screened more than 440,000 travelers in the border points, at the port of entry.
The Ministry of Health has emphasized that there is no cause for alarm, as health facilities are adequately staffed and well equipped to diagnose and manage the disease. However, clinicians maintain Kenya is not ready for an Mpox outbreak.
There is no preparedness in our hospital in terms of any infection on how to handle it if there is a massive infection in the country.
Elizabeth Atieno, TV47, Nairobi.
Now, health officials in Kakamega County are on high alert after 2 suspected cases of Mpox were reported in the area. Now, one patient who had Mpox symptoms reportedly ran away from the health facility where he was held for observation and ended up allegedly infecting a family member. Ruga Eval has the details of this.
Tonight, the county government of Kakamega is on high alert after reports of not 1 but 2 suspected cases of monkeypox in Ikolomani sub-county. It all started earlier this week when a patient visited a medical facility in the area presenting with monkeypox symptoms and unclear circumstances. However, the patient reportedly escaped from the hospital.
Kumekuwa na mgonjwa ambaye amekuwa na dalili zile za Mpox, lakini kwa sasa hatuwezi kudhibitisha kwamba huyo ni mgonjwa ambaye ako na ugonjwa wa Mpox. Manake kuna magonjwa ambaye yako na dalili ambazo zinakaa sawia na zile ya Mpox.
The patient was traced to his home where one of his kin was found exhibiting Mpox symptoms. Samples for the 2 have been taken for analysis with Kakamega Health Department officers on high alert.
Ishara ya kwanza ni kuwa na joto jingi mwilini ambayo inapita 38 degrees centigrade and above. Then ya pili ni kutokwa na vipele kwenye mwili mzima. Dalili nyingine, mtu ukisikia uchovu kwenye mwili. Hizo ni baadhi tu ya zile dalili ambazo zile dalili za Mpox.
This coming on the same day when the government announced the second lab confirmed case of Mpox in Kenya in the neighboring Busia County. Over the past 1 week, the country has been on the edge with several counties, including Kisii and Kiambu, recording suspected monkeypox cases, while stating that the ministry will continue to monitor the situation and take all necessary measures to safeguard the health and safety of all Kenyans. Health CES Deborah Mlongo has asked Kenyans to exercise caution around wild animals and avoid the consumption of uninspected meat and meat products from wild animals. Kenyans, especially in border areas, have also been asked to go for regular screening.
Lazima uwe umesafiri kutoka kwenye mji ama sehemu ambayo watu wako na ugonjwa wa Mpox. Tuseme mtu alitembea kule Kongo, akaingia hapa Kenya na akapata hivyo virusi vya Mpox.
Ruga Iwal, TV47.
Well, we definitely need to be careful out there. Now, senators were amused by a revelation by a local farm on how easily they bagged 1.1 billion edible oil tender, which they did not bid for, but still found themselves to be suitable for such a lucrative tender. Now, appearing before the Senate Trade and Industrialization Committee, Chairman, Chama Holdings Limited Director Ruth Kinyanjui told senators that she was approached by an officer from the Kenya National Trade Corporation, KNTC, to supply oil despite having not have supplied such commodities before, but her company was among the pre-qualified one Further, she told the Kajiado Senator Seki-led committee that the tender was not advertised, though she was contracted to supply 599,000 litres of oil at a cost of 1.4 billion shillings, with senators hard pressing her on the packaging of the oil and its packaging being similar with that of Parma Holdings, in what senators read mischief and conspiracy to siphon taxpayers' hard-earned money.
The country has lost a lot of money in this deal. And this deal was initiated by cartels. Okay, I don't want to say it is her, but cartels that increased the cost.
The purpose why government was giving an exemption of taxes for importation of edible oil was to stabilize the skyrocketing prices and manage the cost of living. For the client to give you an LC, you must provide some security. Or who in this case provided security?
A letter of credit, it's not an exact payment, it is like a guarantee. So they issued us a guarantee that they'll pay.
What you supplied, has all the commodities been supplied or sold? Or what do you think? Do you have any information about that?
No, what I know, there were about 25 containers that the document came late. And since the KCB did not accept the documents, we also returned the document to the shipper.
Now, 12,358 appeals have been lodged to the Higher Education Loans Board for the recategorization contesting, the band of funding they had placed. In this comes as the Ministry of Education extend the appeals deadline to the 31st of December this year.
There could be light at the end of the tunnel for the lot of students who were wrongly categorized in the new university's funding model, as the appeal portal is now set to be open until December this year.
And we also know there are students who come from marginalized areas who are not able to apply even before, and these students can be able to apply. This process is still open until 31st of December. And the appeal process will still be on until that period of time.
127 requests for loans have been approved, with 12,958 applicants having lodged appeals to the Higher Education's Loans Board for recategorization. So far, the processing of the appeals have been commenced and expected to be concluded in 3 weeks.
As at yesterday evening, over 10,000 appeals had been processed. And this shows that there are many Kenyans who are still interested to ensure that they are banded in the correct band.
5.2 billion has been released for tuition and upkeep loans, while 2.8 billion has been released to the university's fund for scholarship. There has been notable support for Chief Justice Koome's sentiments of having bursaries scrapped off and education made free for all.
Bursaries zote ziwekwe pahali pamoja. Kusiwe na basari za women lab, za MCA, za MP, zote ziwekwe one basket, watoto wote wa Kenya wasomeshwe na hiyo pesa kwa sababu imetosha.
As of now, the Ministry of Education continues to direct all university heads to admit all learners as it prepares to release funds to schools. Sheila Chelangat for TV 47.
Still on matters education, with just hours before the set start of the third term, more NAT and CUPED branches across the country are asking their members not to resume work come Monday, with a stern warning for those who will defy the call. If teachers make good their threat, massive paralysis in learning is expected, as Chichi Josephine now tells us.
Kenya National Union of Teachers and the Kenya National Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers in different parts of the country have thrown their weight behind the strike action, set to begin on Monday if their demands are not met.
Solidarity! Yes, solidarity! Forever!
In Uasin Gishu and Nandi counties, teachers have asked the Teacher Service Commission CEO, Dr. Nancy Macharia, to heed to their demands. Otherwise, there won't be a resumption of school activities for the third and final term, leading to the national examinations.
Naomba tu Daktari Nancy Macharia, sikiza wito kutoka viongozi wetu, la sivyo tutaanguka nawe Jumatatu ijayo.
Teachers who serve under the Kenya National Union of Teachers Marakwet branch have vowed not to return to school for the third term if the government does not fulfill their demands.
Tunaambia walimu wote katika branch yetu ya Marakwet, iwapo serikali Teacher Service Commission hawatatekeleza hayo yote tumenena, mwalimu wowote asiingie shule Jumatatu mpaka msikie sauti ya Secretary General yetu kwamba mrudi shule.
It was a case of same script, different cast in Embu and Meru counties, where Kuppet and Nat governing councils said that they completed plans for the countrywide teachers' strike, where the leaders said that there was no turning back in regard to the industrial action called by the council's top organs, as they also warned that any of their members who will defy the directive will be treated as a traitor.
We are gathered here to tell our teachers in Meru County that on Monday we are withdrawing our labor due to the industrial action that commences on 26th.
And teachers of Meru, this time it does not matter which cause you support. Let us all be united for the success of these demos.
The 6 demands that the teachers want implemented before calling off the strike are implementation of Phase 2 of the 2021 to 2025 collective bargaining agreement, confirmation into permanent and pensionable employment of 46,000 junior secondary school teachers currently engaged as interns, promotion of over 130,000 teachers who have stagnated in one job group for 10 years and above, release of third-party deductions, remittance of medical funds to AON insurance scheme, and immediate payment of retirement benefit to those who retire from public service.
And the CBA was signed, deposited in the Labor Relations Court, and therefore it is an agreement that should be honored. Education
CS Julius Maigos stated that the ministry will pull all stops to avert the crisis. Chichi, Josephine, TV 47.
Solidarity! Power!
Now, Cape Media Limited has entered into a groundbreaking partnership with the Star newspaper under the Radio Africa Group stable. The partnership launched on Friday seeks to bolster the quality of content, reach new audiences, and lead the way into the future of journalism through innovation. Well, Cape Media CEO Mwenda Njoka says the partnership is one of the fastest ways and growing ways that media's strategy of staying relevant in the wake of the myriad of challenges that have contributed significantly to shrinking revenue and disappearing revenue streams in Kenya's media landscape.
The media industry in Kenya has witnessed yet another milestone as Cape Media and the Star newspaper joined forces in a collaboration expected to improve the reach and impact of news reporting across the country.
News agencies as well.
The event held at the Fairview Hotel in Nairobi brought together top executives, journalists and media professionals to witness the signing of this fundamental partnership.
This kind of partnership we are witnessing today will lead to more robust journalism, positive evolution of news and content and better content production.
This is not just an editorial partnership, but it's actually, at the end of the day, it will be a commercial partnership that will benefit both of us commercially.
The partnership is expected to leverage Cape Media's extensive digital platforms and the Star newspaper's established print and online presence to accord the audience a more integrated and vibrant experience.
The exchanging of the memorandum of understanding, ladies and gentlemen.
Through this new partnership with TV47, we have an incredible opportunity to bring that same level of commitment, depth, and insight to an even wider audience. By cross-promoting our content and collaborating on special assignments,
The collaboration is equally strategic to adjusting to the ever-evolving trends and challenges faced by the media industry, including the changing consumption patterns of news and the growing demand for real-time information as well as citizen journalism.
All our content will be, first of all, will be merged. We'll move all the way from the judiciary to all, whether it's corporates or whatever conversations that we'll be having, we'll be able to run them on the Star and on TV47 simultaneously. So the content, just look forward to great content moving forward.
Cape Media has committed significant resources to jumpstart the partnership by funding investigative pieces that will spotlight the country's judicial status. The reports will be broadcasted across both platforms, marking a promising step forward for Cape Media, the Star newspaper, and the audience.
Bashu is what paved the way, of course, to other digital.
Well, onwards and upwards for Cape Media. Now, moving on, the National Council of Churches of Kenya, NCCK, have called upon the government and political leaders to involve the citizens in policy and law-making processes and uphold the constitution to ensure that democracy is upheld in the country to avoid instability as witnessed in the last 2 months here in the country.
The National Council of Churches of Kenya, NCCK, has called upon the government and all political leaders to uphold democracy and ensure that the citizens are involved in the policy-making process.
The government should engage in comprehensive public participation.
Speaking at the Jumuiya Conference Center in Limuru, the council leadership led by the Secretary General Canon Chris Kinyanjui has called upon the National Assembly to repeal laws that are oppressive to the common citizen.
We also demand an immediate withdrawal of other agricultural-related bills that threaten to stifle smallholder farmers in blatant attempts to benefit foreign and multinational corporations.
The Secretary General also said that the Council is deeply concerned by the state of the country for having a dysfunctional independent electoral and boundary commission, despite the President's promise to reconstitute the body. They are now calling upon the government and President Ruto to reconstitute the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission.
The General Assembly is deeply concerned that the country still does not have a functional electoral boundaries commission. This is a major betrayal of Kenyans by the leading political formations who seem to have conspired to delay the process through technicalities in Parliament and in the courts. This dereliction of duty has put the country in great danger, while denying Kenyans the capacity to exercise their constitutional rights.
Samira Mohammed for TV47.
Back to matters education, and the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, has instructed the Clerk of the Assembly to establish a policy that will unify all existing scholarships and bursaries in order to create specific strategies for the management of public education funding.
While the issue of the education funding system remains a major concern in the country, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, has instructed the Clerk of the Assembly to develop a policy for the management of public education funding.
If you are able, and it's you to generate policy, if you can generate policy, this House will be more than happy to turn it into law so that we can amalgamate and consolidate these funds, and they'll go a long way in providing free universal education for our children.
The move followed public outcry over the new university funding model, with lawmakers advocating for reforms to consolidate bursaries and scholarships at both the national and county levels to address concerns of overlap.
Sasa nimesikia kuna watu wanasema ati hii bursary should not be given. How tuko pamoja? Tuko pamoja. Wengine wao hata wamesoma na bursary.
Na hata wengine ni wa hapa kwetu. But they fail to realize that all of us do not come from the same economic conditions. Now the reason why we have bursaries is to be able to ensure that last person, yule mtu ambaye ako huko chini, ameweza kuinuliwa akuje level ya wale ambao wako hapo. Kama hapa kuna huyu mtoto ambaye amesema hana wazazi.
Debate on the amalgamation and consolidation of bursaries and scholarships followed petitions submitted to the National Assembly Advocating for a coordinated approach to fund disbursement, petitioners cited duplications. The intervention came even as the fate of needy students set to join higher learning institutions remained uncertain due to concerns about parents and guardians' ability to raise the required fees. Maz Denombugu, TV 47.
Now, former Sports Cabinet Secretary Babu has let the cat out of the bag about the lack of accountability and credible governance in most sports federations in the country. Namwamba, who is on a brief break, singled out football, athletics and volleyball federations as the major culprits. However, he believes his successor, Kipchumba Murkomen, will put the sports sector in order.
I was roasted on two things which was absolutely unwarranted.
Immediate former Sports Cabinet Secretary Babu Namwamba has spilled the beans about what is ailing sports in the country. The international lawyer defended the government and blamed federations for alleged impunity and corruption. The 48-year-old did not mince his words about the sorry state of affairs at the Kenya Volleyball Federation.
The Kenya Volleyball Federation did a very silly thing the other day. Kenya has had a long-running agreement with the World Volleyball Federation where they give technical support. They give a grant, they give coaches, and Malkia Strikers has always had a Brazilian coach under that arrangement. Dudes sit down, decide, we want to cancel this arrangement. And why do they want to cancel the arrangement? Because they want to appoint themselves to be the ones to manage the team, because Olympics is in town. People must go to Paris.
The former Budalangi legislator revealed why the National Olympic Committee of Kenya declined to enter into a partnership with national carrier Kenya Airways.
I negotiated with Kenya Airways a special ticket rate. And I approached Alan Kilavuka, the CEO of KQ. I told him, Alan, we are taking Team Kenya to Paris. Why doesn't KQ become our flight partner for Team Kenya? Even brand a couple of aircraft in Team Kenya colors, then offer subsidized tickets to Team Kenya. Okay? Alan accepted. He even wrote back to me because I formally wrote to him as minister. He wrote back to me, he made an offer. Okay? But after we gave the resources to the responsible body, they decided they're not interested in that deal.
He also spilled the beans about what transpired around the Team Kenya Olympics ceremonial kit.
Mr. Francis Mutuku, the Secretary General of NOC, he should come here actually so that he can explain. It himself. I mean, it is a NOC process. Okay. So I looked at that stuff and I said, no. The quality of the fabric, the production, the outlook. I told him no. Yeah. I told him no. Haitoshi Mboga.
Despite these challenges, he believes his successor Kipchumba Murkomen is up to the task in putting the sports house in order. Tony Kwalanda, TV 47.
All right, now the Speaker of the National Assembly, actually that is the story that we've just had. But let's move on to some politics. And you know what? Tonight, Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza is back in office after she was impeached by the Senate. Governor Kawira kicked off her post-impeachment campaign by signing the county's 2024-2025 budget that had been delayed over a standoff on development budget allocation. But as Apollo Kamal reports, the Meru County MCAs led by their lawyer Ndegwa have termed the governor as an imposter.
After surviving her impeachment last week, Meru County Governor Kawira Mwangaza was back to her stomping grounds with her first agenda signing the 2024-2025 11.8 billion Meru budget, delayed over development budget allocation stalemate with members of the county assembly.
Tumesema tukubali tu shingo upande, maana tunahitaji maendeleo mashinani. Hatuna la kufanya, maana wako na hiyo power ambayo imekuwa bestowed to them. Lazima watupatie tusaini. Tukaona tusiposaini watapata kizingizio kingine ya kwamba governor mkatili, governor amekataa kusaini, madaktari wamegoma, hatuna hiki na kile. Tumesema tusaini.
Kawira, who approved the budget with reservations, cried foul after MCAs slashed her office budget by 7 million shillings, a move she says will leave her handicapped and affect development projects.
Kuna challenges ambazo zimetokea kwa hii budget ama mambo ambayo hatujakubaliana sana, kama vile kutoa pesa kwa ofisi ya gavana ambayo ilikuwa zaidi ya milioni 10 last financial year. Wamebakisha 3 million peke yake kwa ofisi yangu ya fuel, lakini nimesema nitatembea na hiyo pahali itakwama, nitachukua bodaboda na nitaingia kwa mashinani vizuri kuangalia watu wetu.
The embattled Meru governor further accused MCAs of spending lavishly on mortgage and cars while neglecting the needy in Meru, among them students who depend on the county bursary scheme.
Wamechukua pesa zingine more than 35 million ikapelekwa kwa mortgage na mambo ya kununua magari. Kwa hivyo tunamshukuru Mungu, maana MCA watapata manyumba mazuri sana na pia watanunua magari, na hiyo tunamshukuru Mungu, lakini bado wajane na wale wazee na wale watu wa PWD wataendelea kuumia.
And even before the dust settles on the ouster and subsequent court action, legal opinion is divided on whether the besieged county chief should remain at the helm of Meru County leadership, while some legal minds opine that Kawera could survive the ouster due to the fact that the whole Senate process was done even when some of the issues raised were in court. Meru County MCAs, led by their lawyer Ndegwa Njiro, maintain the governor is in office illegally, arguing the law took course the moment her impeachment was upheld by the Senate and gazetted.
Article 182 provides that upon successful impeachment of a governor, the governor loses that office and the deputy governor assumes the office. So my interpretation is to mean that the deputy governor of Meru County assumed office upon the time the speaker declared that the seat has become vacant. So my argument is therefore that by the time Mr. Mutumu was going to court and procure these orders, the seat had already been taken. The vacancy had been occupied because the law abhors vacuum. So that's what I was saying. I was saying that whoever is taking instructions from Kawera Mwangaza is taking instruction from an imposter.
Kawera and the warring MCAs will be back in court on the 17th of September for mention. Apul Kamau, TV 47.
Sports news brought to you by Maybet. Join Maybet leo upate free bet papo hapo. Fanya hivi, chagua home team to win, yani number 1 au draw X au away team 2 kwa game ya siku ya free bet. Weka namba yako ya simu, weka password ya account yako, chagua submit free bet. Utapata free bet kwa account yako ya Maybet. Usisahau kuverify account yako. Kama hutakuwa verified, utapoteza free bet yako after 2 days. Betting is strictly for 18 years and over. Play responsibly. Terms and conditions apply. BCLB number 0000578.
Maybet na minia na najishindia. Pesa inavutia, pesa inavutia.
I don't know if that song normally has a kick for you. All right, let's move on to some sporting action. And Abel Omolo of Vetlab Sports Club is the winner of the hole-in-one prize in the 2024 Patrons Cup Golf Championship, currently underway at Muthaiga Golf Club in Nairobi County. Now, the 18 million shilling excavator machine is Omolo's biggest award that he has ever won in his golfing career. He became a millionaire earlier today after acing hole number 13. Tony Kwalanda witnessed this record-breaking action and has more.
Thank you, TV 47 again. I'm very grateful for Vet Club for giving me this opportunity to come and represent them here. And thank God also, I'm also representing them in a good way. I'm winning my competition and also winning this. I was not planning to get this, but until I was focused with my game, because we are just there in the game mode. Then we saw the prize over there. Then I was like, this one might change someone else's life. And I was like, okay, I didn't know this was going to be me, but ndio imefanyika. Piga 7 iron into the wind. Then the ball disappeared. That's how it happened.
How does it make you feel, your equipment going like that to Vetlab?
Well, I'm actually very proud about it because, you know, I can just imagine the change that I'm going to make in this young man's life. Maybe see him at the next Olympics. You never know if he keeps it up. You know, for it's important to give back to the community.
Zawadi hii ni shilingi kiweko kwenye pesa za cash ni $125 kabla ya ushuru, lakini ukiconvert hiyo pesa inakuja karibu milioni 18 ukiongeza ushuru. So 18 million Kenya shillings was all in one prize money. Na unavyoona, wacha sisi tuondoke tusigongwe. Yule ni Ebil Omolo, mchezaji wa klabu ya Vetlab hapa jijini Nairobi. Ameweza kujishindia zawadi ya All in One hapa katika mashindano ama ukipenda kombe la Patrons ama Patrons Cup inafanyika Muthaiga Golf Club ama uwanja wa Muthaiga.
Kwalanda is counting that money. It's like he's Kwalanda is such a character. But congratulations to Ebil. All right, let's now move on. And with under 5 days to the start of the 2024 Paris Paralympics, Samuel Kimani is seeking to clinch a double in the 1,500 meters and 5,000 meters races. Now, the championship begins next Wednesday with Team Kenya having 14 athletes in the games. Marion Chimutai tells us more about this middle distance star. Take a look.
Samuel Mushai Kimani is a legend who will be participating in a record 4th Paralympics. The 34-year-old missed the 2020 Tokyo Games after taking part in the championships in Rio, London and Beijing.
Naweza nikasema matayarisho yangu ni mazuri na pia ninatarajia mambo mazuri mbele. Kile mimi naahidi wa Kenya, ninawaahidi ushindi. Tutajikaza kwa vyovyote vile.
He won gold in the 2016 Paralympics in South America and also clinched the top position in 2012 competitions in the United Kingdom. The visually impaired middle and long distance expert also scooped a silver medal during the 2008 Beijing Games. He was dominant in the 2019 and 2017 World Championships in Dubai and London, winning gold medals in the 5,000 meters T11. The Team Kenya Paralympics captain will be seeking a double in the year's competition.
Nashukuru wachezaji walinipatia nafasi ya kuwa nahodha wao na nawashukuru sana. Na naweza nikasema hii timu imejiandaa vizuri na kila mmoja naona ako sawa na natarajia kila mmoja atajituma na atafanya vizuri katika mashindano ambayo yako mbele yetu.
Marion Chemutai, TV47.
And finally, the Kenya Premier League is set to kick off tomorrow afternoon in what promises to be an action-packed weekend. Now, Posta Rangers kickstart the day when they lock horns with Bandari FC at the Kenyatta Stadium, Machakos County, while the Bunkers take on Kariobangi Sharks at the Police Soccer Stadium. The action will carry on when Tusker FC take to the field to battle it out against Sofapaka before Kisi's finest, Shabana FC, travel to Thika Town for a date with Bidco United at the Thika Municipal Stadium.
Sports News brought to you by Maybets. Join Maybets leo upate free bet papo hapo. Fanya hivi, chagua home team to win, yani number 1 au draw X au away team 2 kwa game ya siku ya free bet. Weka namba yako ya simu, weka password ya account yako. Chagua submit free bet. Utapata free bet kwa account yako ya Maybets. Usisahau kuverify account yako. Kama hutakuwa verified, utapoteza free bet yako after 2 days. Betting is strictly for 18 years and over. Play responsibly. Terms and conditions apply. BCLB number 0000578.
Maybet na minia na najishindia. Pesa inavutia.
All right, now, before we take a short commercial break that will lead us to that conversation with the Honorable Member of Parliament, Babu Owino. Now, ladies, I need you to pay attention, yeah? Come closer, let me tell you something. Now, the Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care Body Lotion is a real game changer, like I've been telling you for weeks. For us, now, let me tell you, it provides 48 hours of deep nourishment and reduces the appearance of stretch marks in just 2 weeks. Now, this lotion is made to meet our unique skincare needs as beautiful African women, giving us a solution that truly works for us. It not only nourishes, but also deeply moisturizes the skin to prevent dry, ashy skin. And with 5 vitamins and 5 oils, there's no need to actually mix anything or add any additional oils to your Nivea Radiant and Beauty Body Lotion. Now, the lotion by itself is enough to give you well moisturized skin for 48 hours. You'll need, of course, to know how this particular lotion feels, because Nivea is your shade of beautiful. I used it today, by the way, I promise, for sure. So ladies, you should try it. All right, so we will be taking a short commercial break, but we're coming back with the Honorable Member of Parliament, Embakasi East, and of course, that is Babu Owino, aka Paul Ongili. He's going to be joining us shortly, so don't you go away. We'll be right back.
Hey there friends, welcome to Kids on the Block, where fun and imagination come alive. We dive into magical world filled with exciting adventures and awesome friends.
What position were you in? I was number 2. What position were you? Number 1.
He decided to cross the bridge by his house and look for food on the other side.
We're going to do half cup of chocolate chips, and the other one, we're going to do half cup of the blueberries.
So, grab your imagination hats and get ready to explore with us. Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. for new friends, amazing stories, and tons of laughter.
Join us as we explore the journeys of those who defy the odds and break barriers. We dive deep into the stories of triumph.
Sometimes when parenting a child with a special need or whatever disability, family life becomes a bit complicated and you may end up raising the child on your own.
Here, we inspire.
I have a farm which one we showcase with other dyslexic youths and autism how to farm.
Motivate.
It's never easy, but what we do, the best thing is to work with another parent who has an elder child than yours.
And break through the barriers one story at a time. Push your boundaries beyond the limit. Saturdays at 8 p.m. The Grind, where business meets brilliance. It's not just about the ideas.
I was working as a shampoo boy. I used to wash clients' hair on the sink.
It's about making them happen. From big wins
In primary school, when we would be asked what people want to be, I was categorical that I want to be a nurse.
to hard lessons,
The consoles change, the gaming equipment keep changing.
we cover it all. Tune in to The Grind, where every episode is packed with insights,
The person who is serving customers, always be a customer-centric.
strategies,
When you pay attention to detail, you get luxury items.
and stories to fuel your ambition. Don't just dream it, grind it. Mondays at 7:30 p.m.
Jiunge nasi tunapoangazia safari za viongozi bora.
This Friday with Betty, brought to you by Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care.
New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care. With 5 oils and 5 vitamins. 48-hour nourishment. Helps reduce appearance of stretch marks in just 2 weeks. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care. For your shade of beautiful.
And welcome back to This Friday with me, Betty Kialo. Thank you so much for all the comments, the feedback I'm seeing on Facebook, Instagram, and X. I really do appreciate it. Keep them going. So like I mentioned, of course, tonight we have Embakasi East Member of Parliament, Babu Owino. It's good to see you. The last time tulikuwa na wewe ground, yani we were actually talking about it. Tuko Embakasi. Kwa ground vitu ni moto. But people love you on the ground. Like tulikuwa tumeenda kupatiana chakula. Like when was the last time you did that again?
I was there less than 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I was distributing bursary forms. And you know, ground, Betty, people will love you if you're doing the right thing. Because on the ground, as you saw, there are so much challenges.
Yes.
People are really suffering. People can't pay rent there. People can't get food. The 3 meals in a day, a person can only afford once.
Just
so when you're a leader, you must be genuine with them.
Yes.
So long as you're genuine,
yes,
you are part of them.
Absolutely.
They're my family.
Yeah, you're like your big family.
That's my family.
That's your family.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that in a short while. But Babu, the other week I was, we're talking and you're actually lecturing. What are you lecturing? At the Kenya School, the Kenya School of Law. You're lecturing. Talk to us about that a little bit.
Actually, Betty, there's a gift that God gave me, and I saw the need of sharing it, a gift to teach. You remember in 2020 during COVID, I used to teach mathematics, I used to teach chemistry to high school. Then I further went and taught class 8s, class 7s, and even class 6. And then I further went and taught the university students, comrades. There are so many of my clips on YouTube. That is Babu Owino TV. If you do Babu Owino lectures, you'll get Babu Owino mathematics or Babu Owino chemistry. You'll get that. Every year I do that. And why do I do this? Because so many of our students, they have potential. They can make it, but they just lack the motivation. So the main reason why I teach them, why I lecture them, is to give them the motivation and to tell them that they can do it. If Babu Owino came from Nyalenda slums, they can come from various villages, they can come from various families, poor backgrounds, from various slums, and they can make it too. So the other day, I advanced it slightly further.
Yes.
I moved from primary school. I moved to high school.
Yes.
Then from high school, I did university. And the other day, I was doing postgraduate, post-university,
Yes.
which is the Kenya School of Law. So at the Kenya School of Law, because they had oral exams, and they are going to start the exams in November, from 14th day of November 2024 to the 26th day of November 2024. They have 9 units that they are going to cover. Before you become an advocate, after graduating, getting your degree certificate, LLB law, you must proceed to the Kenya School of Law.
Okay.
Then at the Kenya School of Law, for you to be admitted as an advocate,
Yes.
you must, number one, the first qualification is that you have a degree from a recognized institution of
Yes.
higher learning.
Yes, yes.
Number two, that you attend the Kenya School of Law
Yes.
for you to do the advocate to go through the advocate training program.
Okay.
Then you must have done the oral exams. And then,
That's a lot.
And then you must have done the Council for Legal Education exams, which they are going to do in November.
Okay.
So I saw the need of helping these comrades because I know that it is easier to pass from one comrade, to pass knowledge from one comrade to the other.
Yes,
I'm not saying that lecturers can't do it better. They also do it better. That's why I also learned from the lecturers. I also learned from reading materials from various books.
Yes.
But I saw the need that this gift that God gave me, I can share to my with my fellow comrades.
Okay.
And I was lecturing criminal litigation. Next
Interesting.
week, I will do conveyancing. Conveyancing as a unit has proven to be a very it's somehow tied to some comrades, but it's just in the state of mind.
Okay.
Something which is easy. I will cover all the units just the way I did on criminal litigation when I covered around 16 topics.
Wow.
We did a whole syllabus for criminal litigation.
Okay.
I will do conveyancing.
Okay.
I will do with you professional ethics.
Okay.
I will do trial advocacy. I will do even
And
probate
you,
and
and you
administration.
actually find time to do this.
But you could clearly see
Yes.
my mode of lecturing is just without making any reference as at that time because I want to simplify it.
Okay.
I want to break it down.
All right.
For those who didn't watch it, just go to YouTube and type Babu Owino lecturing, Kenya School of Law students.
All right.
You will get my lectures and I want to help them in all those units.
Absolutely amazing. That's fantastic. Keep going, keep going.
Asante.
And now that you're talking about, the comrades and everything, I know that obviously we've come from this, a political environment. We're still at it. What do you make, you've talked about it so many places, but, in a nutshell, what do you make of this climatic change, politically, of the people who you've been teaching, from, primary university, now colleges, coming out to the streets to, to have their voice heard. What do you make of that in just a brief nutshell?
Betty, you and I, we know what life is all about.
Yes.
You're a lady who grew up from a very humble background.
Yeah.
I grew up from a very humble background. And you know how much our parents were toiling, were moiling. You know how much life was unbearable, and life has been unbearable to Kenyans. You know how much they suffer. You know the cost of education. A student in Garissa, a child from Kisumu, a child from Eastern in Machakos or Kitui, a child from Rift Valley and Central, all the way to Coast region, all the way to the Maasai land. All these children, they don't have an opportunity. There are no jobs. The only thing that can help them succeed in life as at now is education. Then the government moves further, increases the cost of education. What will these students do? The only thing that they can do is to fight for their rights, come on the streets and fight for their rights. Number two, bad governance. When taxes are raised for their parents. Taxes are raised for themselves. These taxes which are raised, we've found from time to time they are being misused. They are being misappropriated, they are being defrauded, they are being pilfered. And therefore, because of these taxes that are not beneficial to their lives, taxes are not providing jobs for them, they are not participating in development activity for them, but instead, these taxes are being used on corruption, they are stolen. But instead, these taxes are being used on patrimonialism, for favoritism, where you want to maintain a certain political class, wants to maintain other political classes, they want to bring them together and just give them money. So when the cost of living is high, when there are no jobs, when there is corruption, when the cost of education is high, what is left for a common mwananchi is to fight for his or her own right. So therefore, when they came on the streets, most of them whom were comrades, I was so proud. I used to do this at the university.
That a lot. That was
and
you.
They were even doing it. They were doing it.
Yes.
They learned from the best.
Yes.
And I was so much high on that.
Do you think that maybe at that time they should have come up maybe with a leader? It was leaderless, troubleless, faceless and all that. For them to have been even part of this broad-based government, at that time do you think maybe somebody would have come and said, because it looks like maybe the things that they were agitating for, kidogo zimeachwa nyuma kidogo.
What I would like to tell the Gen Zs is simple. That the process that they were using to acquire their rights, to fight for their rights, was a political process. Any political process will requires a leader. So therefore, having a leader in this process was not a wrong thing. We've seen revolutions across the world. We saw the French Revolution, Napoleon Bonaparte, together with Maximilian. We've seen the American Revolution. We've seen the Russian Revolution, Vladimir Lenin, together with Joseph Stalin and the rest. We've seen the Chinese Revolution, which was headed by Chairman Mao Zedong and Deng Xiaoping. We've seen revolutions in Africa. We've seen the British Revolution. All these revolutions had leaders. Even here in Sudan, revolution had their leaders. Therefore, for us not to lose this strength, there must be a leader who will not be bought. Not all politicians are leaders, and not all leaders are politicians, but some politicians are leaders. Therefore, if we get leaders who can direct this energy well, because the fire is still burning under their bellies, then we can lead to the city of victory together.
Would you want to propose yourself as that leader that you're talking
I'm
about
already
at
a
this
leader.
point? No, of course you're a leader.
Yes.
But talking about this particular, constituency of, young people, would you say that, because we've been hearing you talking about leadership, especially in the ODM party, is that you trying to, front yourself to be able to lead, this particular constituency of young people? Is that a start?
But it starts with a word. In the beginning, the Bible says that there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God.
Yes.
And therefore, it starts with the Word. As Babu Owino, I am a leader. These are my students that I taught during the COVID time. These are my brothers and my sisters. Whatever they do, I've done them before at the university, when university fees were being increased, when help was delaying, because these students come from very poor backgrounds. A delay in help even for a single minute will make a student not go to class, will make a student not afford even a meal in a day, will make a student not afford accommodation. Increment in university fee will make students not go to the university at all and will never attend the lectures. And therefore, as Babu Owino, together with other like-minded leaders, we can come together. And we have come together, by the way, and we are still coming together. This movement must be given direction because it is a viable movement. It is a movement that is going to liberate this nation. And therefore, direction must be given.
Okay.
Yes.
You've been in the media, of course, talking about now you're the official, opposition leader.
Yes.
I don't know, how does that sit with the party leader, Raila Odinga, right now? You said that when he proceeds to, the AU,
yes,
you will be Babu sasa ndo atacho sasa. Baba akienda, Babu anabaki. How does that sit with him? Are you guys in good, relations?
Betty, Baba Raila Molo Odinga has been my political leader. He's been my leader. He is my party leader, and I respect him so much. I have worked under him. I have worked for him. I have worked with him. He knows me inside out. I know him inside out.
Okay.
And he is still my leader. In the event that Baba goes to AUC, then the Bible says in Ecclesiastes 3 that there's a time and a season for everything. So a time to go to AUC chairperson, and I'm praying so hard for Baba. He's tried his best. He's fought for this nation, irrespective of what some people might say even now, but he has fought for us. He has been there for us. We cannot wish away what Baba has done for this nation.
Right.
So in the event that Baba goes to AU to be the AUC chairperson,
yes,
when Baba goes to Addis Ababa, kwa Baba, okay, then that moment and the day that he goes, there is no harm, Betty, in leaving Babu Owino to be the leader, to be the chief opposition leader. But before then, I'd already declared that I'm the chief opposition leader because you must prepare.
Yeah.
You must
prepare.
So
it starts with a word.
It starts
the
with
word
a
was preparing.
and actions. I'm now following it with actions.
With actions.
And then leadership.
But why you, Babu? Why do you feel like you can take the mantle to, to lead after, a figure like, Raila Odinga?
Because Betty,
there are people who are older than you, they've been in the party longer than you, maybe they
Thank
have
you.
political experience more than you. Why Babu
Betty, let me
Owino?
tell you something. Experience does not come with age. Experience comes with challenges that you've gone through. Babu Owino has lived his 35 years, experienced more challenges and got solutions to those challenges at 35 years. But somebody has lived for 90 years, 100 years without serious challenges, without what Babu has gone through. Therefore, experience is not about the age. It's about the challenges you've gone through and how you handled the challenges. So Babu is an experienced leader and a politician. Babu Owino was sworn in. One, Babu Owino was the president of the Student Organization of Nairobi University for 4 terms. Babu Owino was the president of the Kenya University Students Organization, KUSO, for 4 terms. Babu Owino has one member of parliament for 2 terms. Therefore, Babu Owino has been sworn in as a leader in this country 6 times. No member of parliament that is serving currently has ever been sworn 6 times. So Babu Owino is more experienced in leadership and politics than those even members of parliament who've served 3, 4, 5 terms. And then, why Babu Owino? A good leader, as was opined or said by Henry Kissinger, that a good leader must be an intellectual. Is Babu Owino an intellectual? Yes, 101%.
You're on your 3rd master's degree, is it?
Actually 4th.
4th master's degree
Yes.
right now?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Number 2, actually 5th master's degree. Number 1 is
Why do they keep increasing?
actuarial science. Let me explain it. Actuarial science, first class honors, masters in actuarial science. That is a 2nd degree. The 3rd degree is law, LLB law undergrad, 2nd class upper division, masters in law. My first master's in law was public international law. My 2nd master's in law that I'm doing now, which is my 3rd master's overall, is in law, democracy and governance.
Right.
I'm starting exams on 2nd of next month.
Okay.
Okay, I'm only remaining with only 3 exams to finish that,
finish.
together with my project work. Then I'll be done, I'll get that degree by December.
Okay.
Okay, so that will be 5 of them,
Yes.
plus 6 diploma courses. Okay?
I hear you've done 6. Yeah, you've actually done 6 diploma courses.
Yes.
Okay.
So when it comes, I was
To
saying
Henry
that I was
Kissinger.
saying that there are 3 important things that a leader must have. Number 1, a leader must be intelligent. Is Babu Owino intelligent? Yes. That's a fact, statement of fact. Number 2, a good leader must be passionate, must have passion and energy. Does Babu Owino have that? Yes. Number 3, a good leader must have political acumen. Does Babu Owino have that? Of course, yes. So, if Babu Owino has the 3 qualities in one,
Right.
tell me any single member, any single member, any single leader, apart from Baba, that has those 3 qualities. You'll find that they have 2, some 1,
Yes,
some even have none. Okay?
Okay.
So therefore, if I have those 3 qualities, then the answer is, why Babu Owino? The answer is because of those 3 reasons, okay? Yes.
Interesting.
And then lastly,
Yes.
I believe that leadership is about others. Leadership is about service to the community. Babu Owino, having been raised from Nyalenda slums, knows what it is to go without food. Today, if you tell me that you are going without food, because I've missed food at some point in my life, I know what it is to go without food.
Yes, yes.
Therefore, I will know your situation.
Okay.
Today, if you tell me that your daughter, your son, has no school fees, as Babu Owino, I've gone without school fees. I know what it is to go without school fees, to be sent away from school.
Yes, yes.
If you tell me that your son, your family member is sleeping in a police station, in a cell, or in a prison,
Yes.
I know what it is to sleep in a cell or a prison. So therefore, I'm an amalgamation of what Kenyans have gone through.
Okay.
The challenges they've experienced, I've experienced them. Therefore, I stand a better chance to serve them at that level, because leadership is about others and it is about service
Yes.
to the society.
All right. I mean, Babu, you're very passionate about education, like you mentioned most part of this interview. I don't know what you feel about this, new university funding. You've been one of the people who says education should actually be free you know, for everybody. What is your feeling about this new system that is being proposed? Do you think it's going to make sure that, you know, the children, you know, that are vulnerable actually get, you know, university opportunities and education? What's your feeling about it?
Betty, you and I, we are here today because of education. Ruto is in State House today because of education. Were it not for education, you would have never come to Nairobi. Were it not for education, I would have never left my home in Imbo, to Nyalenda slums, to Nairobi. Were it not for education, I would have never been a student leader. Were it not for education, I would have never been elected as a member of parliament. Therefore, what I've seen in my life that has rescued me from the jaws of poverty, from the shackles of oppression, is education. And therefore, this is what I would wish every child in this nation to acquire. We cannot make education expensive to Kenyans. We know the role of education in economic development. In economic development, the role of education is in provision of matter skills. Today, you know, without this, without what you are doing, we will not grow economically in the service industry. We know the role of education in the health industry. The experts involved, the medics involved. We know the role of education in agriculture. The ratio in which we will mix the fertilizers. We know the role of education in all the sectors of an economy. And therefore, with education, we shall never go wrong. Then that education, that is an equalizer. That education, that is a strong weapon that when used well, can transform this world and this nation. That education that Ruto got during his time for free. It was free university education for him because he was not getting a loan. He was getting what we call a boom. Boom was a grant. It was money meant for students to be given students as grant and not repay it back. Therefore, he was educated for free. When he joined the University of Nairobi in the year 1988, Ruto joined in 87, 88, he was learning for free. If in 1988 there was free university education, why not now? Why are we charging our parents? Why are we charging our students? Students are going to drop out. This funding model that they are introducing, why do we introduce it now? We used to have help. People were being called to the university. Our children were being, brothers and sisters, children were being called to the university. They could study for free. Once they study, they were given loan, not even for free. They were given HELB loan, Higher Education Loans Board. Once they studied, graduated, God willing, got jobs, then they could repay this HELB, the loans. But right now we are being told that you are being put in different bands. Now you are being told that you are being put even in band 1. Let's discuss them a bit. Band 1, you are being told that if you're in band 1, you'll pay 9,000 Kenya shillings in a year. Only close to around 40,000 students will get to band 1. We have over 700,000 students who should go to the universities. Okay? So therefore, over 660,000 students will not be in a position to pay that. But now let's talk about the 9,000. That 9,000, imagine, Betty, today, a child in Soweto is being sent away from school, okay? Next week, the other week when they report to school, a child from Garissa, a child from Kisumu, from central Kenya, will be sent because they lack 9,000. A parent who is selling, Betty, Mama Mboga, who is selling Mboga, a boda rider, earns only 100 to 200 shillings in a day. In a month, that is, if it is 200 shillings, in a month, that is 6,000. So you have to work for a whole month to pay 9,000, which is still not enough. And you have rent to pay. And you have other kids to educate. You have other expenses. That is band 1. If somebody can still be sent away from high school for lack of fees, what will happen at the university? Then fast forward, go to band 5. In band 5, you are being told that the least course is costing around 300,000 Kenya shillings. An art course, medical course is costing around 612 25,000 Kenya shillings.
Yes.
Then in that band, you are being told that the government will pay part of it, which means you'll pay most of it.
Yes.
So how will a parent afford over 200,000 Kenya shillings in a year?
Yes.
Now look at the way they are being placed in different bands. Number one, there's discrimination. Number two, how do you gauge that this child is poor than the other child?
The other child.
So
yes, yes.
you've seen confusion.
Yes,
Parents have called me here. Students
All
have called me here.
Okay.
You've seen confusion on media, right? Parents saying that they deserve being in band 1 because they're only selling tomatoes. They're only selling omena, but they can't afford to be there.
Yes, yes.
Therefore, President Ruto, in his wisdom,
right.
should not kill the education system in this country.
Right.
I urge, therefore, as a parting shot,
Yes, yes.
all universities in this country, when you open in September, all student leaders organize demonstrations on the same day. Let those demonstrations, because you are fighting a fight for your life.
Yes.
On Sunday, Ruto has called student leaders in
Yes,
State House.
Yes, yes.
Please, the other day he called them, he gave them 25,000 each, every student leader. Leave that money, fight for your constituents. All the students, their parents, be in the streets, demonstrate. Ruto's language that he understands is only demonstration. If peace can't work, if diplomacy fails, force can work.
All right. Babu, I'll just stop you there, but thank you so much for those thoughts. I want you to hold on there. We'll come back to you in a short while because we have a few mentions that we need, of course, to do. Thank you so much. I'm sure there's a lot of conversation online. We'll be getting back to Embakasi Member of Parliament, Babu Owino. Of course, he has so much to say, and we'll be getting to him in a short while. All right, but for now, though, I want us to, of course, just celebrate with Stima Sacco, as it's, of course, celebrating the 50th anniversary. I beg your pardon. They are, of course, are proud to mark 5 decades of trust, stability, and reliable service. Whether you're an existing member or seeking a financial partner with proven track record, Stima Sacco offers the experience, longevity, and commitment that you can actually count on. Join Stima Sacco in celebrating, of course, 50 good years of empowering lives with financial security. A big congratulations to Stima Sacco, as, of course, they celebrate 50 years. That's a lot. Congratulations to them. All right, so with that, we're going to take a short commercial break, but we will be coming back with Willis the Word Master, and of course, Babu Owino is still with us right here in studio. Don't go away.
This Friday with Betty, brought to you by Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care.
New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care. With 5 oils and 5 vitamins. 48-hour nourishment. Helps reduce appearance of stretch marks in just 2 weeks. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care. For your shade of beautiful.
this Friday with Betty. Brought to you by Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care.
New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care. With 5 oils and 5 vitamins. 48-hour nourishment. Helps reduce appearance of stretch marks in just 2 weeks. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care. For your shade of beautiful.
Hey, those beautiful ladies there. Now that's why I want you guys, ladies, to actually pay attention, because the Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care body lotion is a real game changer for us. Now let me tell you, it provides 48 hours of deep nourishment and reduces the appearance of stretch marks in just 2 weeks. You know how annoying those things are. Now this lotion is made to meet our unique skincare needs as beautiful African women, while giving us a solution that truly works. It not only nourishes but also deeply moisturizes the skin to prevent dry, ashy skin. With 5 vitamins and 5 oils, there's no need to actually mix anything else or any additional oils to your Nivea Radiant and Beauty lotion. Now the lotion by itself is just enough to give you well moisturized skin for 48 hours. I'm telling you, you love how your skin will look and actually feel, because Nivea is for your shade of beautiful. And like I mentioned, ladies, I've been using it, and for real I can see a very big change. So for now, as you can see, we still have our honorable Mhesh right here. Msikio maneno ya skin inanyoka kabisa.
Iko sawa, hata naona yako imenyooka. Iko sawa.
Oh my goodness. So Mhesh, we'll just talk. Unajua Willis the word master? Willis Ochieng.
Oh yeah. I know.
Pronunciation itself. Willis, are you there? How are you doing tonight? As you can see, we have Honorable Member of Parliament Babu Owino. How are you doing? Salimia kidogo.
How are you, Willis?
Betty, there is something that fine, thanks, sir. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yes,
Babu,
Willis?
there is something about you. You used the word motivation, and there is that power of your speech, the intelligence, that eloquence, and then the clarity of diction makes you communicate so easily and so clearly. So I give you a special salute for that, because that is the line that I talk much about, Babu.
Thank you, Willis. Thank you. I really follow you a lot, Willis, and I learn from you so much. There's a day you said it's not pronunciation, you said it's pronunciation. So I've mastered it.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Pronunciation. But one thing about you, Mheshimiwa, is when you speak, what I love so much is when somebody speaks and what he says is clear to the audience that is targeted. That is a plus for you in whatever you do.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, enough with the pleasantries. Thank you so much, gentlemen. All right, Willis, we'll just get straight to our business for the night. Thank you so much for joining us. And so let me begin with my words, and then we're going to go to what you have prepared for us. So for my first word, I'll spell it out, is C-O-U-C-H. Talk to us about how to pronounce that one, Willis. Couch.
Oh, Betty.
Yes.
Many people say coach.
Yes.
Coach. Coach, no. You say couch. C-O-U-C-H, couch, the couch,
Yes.
to lie on the couch. The doctor's couch, not coach.
Indeed, couch is the word, not coach. Yes. All right, moving to this other one. Let me spell it out still. M-I-L-L-I-P-E-D-E. I've had millipede. How do you say this one, Willis?
The problem with that word, Betty, in some of the learning institutions, some of the schools or colleges, you may hear people talking of millipede.
Yes.
Millipede, no. You say millipede.
Oh.
Centipede, not centipede. Millipede, no. Centipede, no.
Okay.
It's pede, just like to impede, not to impede.
Okay, impede and okay, gotcha. So it's millipede, not the other one. All right. Lastly, Willis, on my third and last word, P-L-A-Q-U-E. Hey, tell us about that one. How do you say it?
Oh, you say plaque, not plaque you.
Okay.
Plaque, to unveil the plaque,
Okay.
not plaque you. The U and E in that word are silent. The two last letters are silent. So you simply say pluck, not pluck you, Betty.
All right, and also not plick.
Yes.
So it's pluck.
Not pluck,
Okay.
not pluck you.
All right.
Pluck.
Okay, Willis. Thank you for that. Got it. All right, Willis, let's get straight to what you have, planned for us tonight. Willis, over to you.
Let's go straight to Titus Bravo of Nakuru. You say multiply, not multiply. Multiply sounds unique, but it's not accurate in terms of standard pronunciation. You say multiply. Nyanjo Lincoln, you say us. As the plural of me is us. Then as, you say as good as new. ASS, us. By Stephen, you say warthog. That must be a surprise to many people. We don't say warthog. You say warthog, a warthog. Then elephant. Infantas or Infantas Karogo of Nyeri, the past tense of fly is flew. He flew back, not flew. Flew. At Otieno Wycliffe T of Siaya Kababa, you say musketeer, not musketeer. Musketeer and debauchery. Honorable Leonard Kirui. Betty, this one, before I continue.
Yes.
I like when our leaders say honorable. Honorable. That is the right pronunciation. The H is silent. So we don't say honorable. So now that you have honorable Babu Owino, I think he will be our ambassador so that people can just learn like brothers and sisters to say honorable so-and-so, not honorable so-and-so.
Okay.
Now we have Leonard Kirui, honorable of Nairobi. You say repune. Lawrence Simiyu of Kakamega, circuit, not circuit. Maureen Banga of Wote, you say flower. Maize flower, not maize flour. That flour, avoid saying that. Philip Afoto of Mbita, you say the early bird catches the worms. Worms. Your word is worms. Don't say worms. Dr. W. Saula, cowardice, not cowardice. You also say hospice, not hospice. And novice. Lastly, Aurelio Sebi of Nairobi, you say cabin crew, not cabin crew. Cabin crew. You get them right? Then we go straight to our word that I don't know, Betty, whether we have clips. Do we have clips for test your tongue, or I just display the word?
Yes, Willis. All right, Willis. So you had
we can display the word.
Yes,
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, fine. Now, dear viewers, this word is an adjective. When you talk about various or diverse as the synonyms of this word, pronouncing this word is commonly heard as miscellaneous. I'm going for a miscellaneous application. Avoid that. You say miscellaneous. Miscellaneous application, miscellaneous items, and all that, not miscellaneous. Then you come to our surprise word for tonight. This word, coveted prize, no. You don't say coveted. That is what our eyes see in terms of the orthography. That is the spelling. When you pronounce it, you say coveted.
What?
Coveted. You can see the phonetic transcription below. Ka. The O takes the mid-central sound just like in the word sun. This one, ka. Covenant, not covenant. Coveted, not coveted the way we said it locally. But that is why we learn like brothers and sisters. Betty, if anybody wants to reach me at any time, it's this X handle as usual. That is at Willis Ochieng1 or at Betty M. Kialo or at TV47 News. Otherwise, it's back to you, my dear sister.
Well, thank you so much. Mesh is here just, wooing and arguing about the pronunciations. But like you mentioned, it's good that, he knows it's honorable, not honorable. So thank you so much, Willis. The H is silent, yes. Yes, it's honorable. The H is silent. All right, Willis, thank you so much for that. So that has been Willis, the word master. Of course, you can catch him every Friday right here on This Friday with me. And yeah, so we're just about to wind up the show. Mhesh, just hold on kidogo. Kidogo too. Okay. Remember also Shiksha is preparing, you know, just doing her moves, this, you know, God, all those things. Well, I'm a millennial. I'm not very sure about, you know, all those. I'm sure she's going to teach me something, but she's just, you know, preparing to come on stage. But before that, let me just remind you some very good news. And as Stima Sacco celebrates its 50th anniversary, they are proud to mark 5 decades of trust, stability, and reliable service. Whether you're an existing member or seeking a financial partner with a proven track record, Stima Sacco offers the experience, longevity, and commitment that you can count on. Of course, you can join Stima Sacco in celebrating 50 years of empowering lives with financial security. All right, check them up. And of course, congratulations to Stima Sacco. All right, so I want to invite Shiksha. Shiksha, what's up, girl? I mean, I can't believe you get to dress like that on air. I wish I would. I wish I would do this.
This makes me the happiest because, you know, you're comfortable. You're not like walking around in heels. Okay, look.
But look at you. I mean, you look like from here you're straight to more dancing and more dancing. God.
I'd like to invite him.
All right.
He's always hiding them though.
He's always dancing in the rallies and everywhere.
So today he needs to dance like a Gen Z. All right?
I only know how to dance from the West.
This is what we're going to do.
Okay,
we're going to do this challenge.
So we wait first. Okay, Shiksha, you're so excited about this dance. Let's just one last message, of course, about just hold on, and I hope you have the Nivea Radiant.
Oh yeah, I've been using it. I'm soft.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys, honestly, I know kids are watching Shiksha. All right, so before we get to the dancing and everything, of course, ladies, I just want to remind you that the Nivea Radiant and Body Advanced Care Body Lotion is a real game changer for us. Let me tell you, of course, like I mentioned, it provides 48 hours of deep nourishment and reduces the appearance of stretch marks in just 2 weeks. Now, this lotion is made to meet our unique skincare needs as beautiful African women, giving us a solution that truly works. It not only nourishes, but also deeply moisturizes the skin to prevent dry, you know, ashy skin with 5 vitamins and 5 oils. There's no need to actually mix additional oils to your Nivea Radiant and Beauty Body Lotion. The lotion by itself is enough to give you well moisturized skin for 48 hours. You will love how your skin looks and feels because Nivea is for your shade of beautiful. I love it. I use it. You should try it, ladies. Okay, even gentlemen, you know, it's okay. All right, so Kotayari, Mesh, we're just about to, maybe like a small pattern shot, just a small one, yeah? For you to say, just stand up. Okay. Ama, you're shy. I don't need you to be a shy person, a shy guy.
You play set it later.
All right.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do.
Okay, fine.
This has been trending for the longest time. I'm sure you've seen everyone do it. And if you haven't done it, you're not cool enough.
Because we're millennials.
So am I.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're a millennial.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what? Anyone can do it.
Okay, fine.
It doesn't have to be Gen Zs. We can show them.
Are you up for it?
Niko sawa.
Because I don't know how we look. So look at Yezi and I'll be like, you're a dance.
Right. So we're going to start off with putting our hands like this. Okay? So one on top of the other. Evie.
Oh gosh.
So right on top of left. B.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then now the leg movement is just like this. See? Exactly. Just like
This is constant.
This is constant.
Okay.
Okay. And then now this is 4 times.
Okay.
4. All right.
Okay.
After that, now it's head movement. So you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So we combine them.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we good with that?
Yeah,
you can try that so far?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah?
No.
There's more. But I need to make sure you're okay. Deweez, play the music.
Okay.
nayo.
Okay.
There's no ways you're leaving without doing the anguka nayo step, okay? So now,
But it's just the thing.
that's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
So you take your hands and throw them.
Okay, there they go.
That's now angukai.
Now you move your legs.
At yangukaing.
2, 3, 4. So you just throw
Throw
your
it.
hands. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, and then
You throw your
throw your
hands.
hands.
1, 2, 3, 4. Now you anguka nayo. Now you anguka nayo.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Easy peasy.
And one last thing.
No
Let's
more,
not
no
stop this
more.
One last thing.
Let's
One
not
last
stop
thing.
this thing.
She's enjoying
I
himself.
can leave you with him.
I feel like I have a new student.
Yeah.
Recruit.
I need to learn.
Because
Okay.
he's always such a student.
Then, after
He's
that-
giving us the lessons.
The last thing
Alright.
we're going to do after that, so after we anguka nayo 4 times, okay, then we're going to do 1, 2.
I don't like that style.
How-
It is like so.
The step was just chilling, babes. The step did nothing to you, B.
There's somebody at home laughing about this particular
So we're just going
style.
to do 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4.
So I turn.
Okay, from the beginning, from the top.
Okay.
So one,
Yeah? So
one.
you throw your
you
hands.
throw, then one,
go
2, 3.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2,
I asked her DJ.
1, 2.